Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right, so in today's episode, we are going to be reacting to AI. And don't worry guys, this is not one of those episodes that is going to bore you with technical terms or is gonna get technical. Right, so by this juncture, I think we've all realized that AI is a part of us and it is not going away anytime soon, right? So in this episode, we're going to be reacting to some videos of people saying what AI means to them, their jobs and their livelihoods, how it has managed to steal some people's identities to a point where they're having legal issues because of AI or companies using AI. Right, and guys, let's just look at this with open mind, because while it has not touched your life yet, there are people who are beginning to be affected by this, right? So let's watch how AI is playing a role into our society and how this is important for the future that we are to have, right? If you have any opinions, because we'd like to hear them, kindly leave them on the comment section. Also consider subscribing if it's your first time here, and we'll come back after the video.
Let's watch.
White people do not see us in the future. Like, if you look at a lot of future-based content, whether it's film or TV, or even something as basic as like a rendering for a future building that's going to be built, you see mostly white faces, not a lot of people of color, and very, very few black people. Now, of course, this isn't true for all white people, not that I even have to say that, but for a lot of like white creators, if you look at the depictions of like how they see the future, people of color are just mysteriously gone. Now, what happens between now and then that like leads to our mysterious disappearance, I don't know. But whatever the case may be, there's something between now and the future that leads to this mysterious, disappearance of us. Now, a lot of the Google VO3 videos that I had initially seen, there were just no black people around.
You know, guys, what I came to realize is white people mostly look after their interests, and what I came to realize with the black community is that it's about time that black community also started looking out for their own interests. Because, for example, me, if I wanted to acquire a certain company, it is not my responsibility to see what my competitor would like or need. It is my responsibility to see what I myself would need. That being said, I do feel like, yes, white people usually look after their own interests, and it's about time we as black people stopped thinking that they would include us in those plans of theirs, you know.
Just like none at all. And I don't just mean here on TikTok. Like, I would go on LinkedIn and I would see like people making like Google VO3 videos and being like, this is the future, and there were no black people in those videos. But now that we're seeing these like microaggression and like AI clapback videos, there are mysteriously a lot of black people to be found. And a lot of these videos are perpetuating stereotypes that black people are hyper-aggressive and they, have fatphobia and misogyny, misogynoir. And it really begs the question of like, who is making this content and what story are they trying to tell? Like, this comment is right. You could have made a world with no racism and you didn't. Why? I know a lot of people hate AI, but like me personally, I'm of the belief that like AI is not going anywhere and we can't like hate it into not existing. But like, we're at a point in time where it's like very important for us to ask like, who's using it? What are they using it for? What stories are they trying to tell? Because even like a decade before AI was a thing, you had like little white kids using black profile pictures on Twitter, just spewing like the most ridiculous takes and like racist hate. So now that people can make these images move and talk, we're in a whole new world and we gotta stay woke.
Google VO3 is about to dismantle the world because it's going to be the pure meaning of you don't know the difference between the truth and a lie. So Google just made an AI that is able to make videos about anything and everything. You give it a prompt, you give it a picture, and it can mimic everything in that picture and in that prompt. You don't know what I mean, right? Matter of fact, look at this shit.
Please.
Look at this shit right here.
Don't finish writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please.
That could
Leave
be
me
you right
alone.
here.
Please, man.
This shit is about to get crazy, man.
Write a prompt that will make us
It's
happy.
about to get crazy.
Do it for once.
For real. Y'all already know how wicked the internet is. So just imagine how far these prompts are gonna go. But from this point on, once they release that shit, celebrities gonna have a problem. Like putting a man head on a woman body and all kinds of crazy shit. Anything you could think of, they're going to be making videos about. You said you've seen aliens around the corner? They're gonna make videos about that. Everything that people are talking about right now is going to be put in video form. So again, a lot of people won't be knowing the difference between real and fake. A topic is trending, somebody make a video about it, and guess what? It's real, but it's really fake. All I can say is this: AI is very powerful. We know this. You could use it for good, but it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be using it for something other than good. It's about to get real out here. I'm out.
Guys, can you imagine a world with AI? Because even now, it's difficult to tell
real stories from fake stories.
And a good example is there was a time the former president's wife was trending, Michelle Obama.
Oh my God.
And she was purported to be a man, and the pictures were really, really real. Up to date, there are people who can't tell if that was a lie or if it's AI, you know.
There are people who genuinely believe that that was true.
So guys, you can imagine where the world is heading, but I don't want to talk. Let's continue watching, but let us know what you think about this, yeah?
So I had something very scary and concerning happen to me. I'm going through it now, and I would love any TikTok attorneys or legal experts to chime in here. But also it's a video that everybody should watch because this is going to be a huge problem in the future, and it could happen to anybody, and it's going to get so much worse. So last week, people started sending me this podcast interview of me sitting down talking about skincare and my skin concerns and raving about this one specific product that I was using. A lot of the messages that I was getting were also disparaging, asking like what the F I had done to my face. The comments on the video were also predictably not friendly, while other people just wanted to bring this to my attention because it's not me. The entire podcast interview of me promoting this product was digitally manipulated by this company, Scanned Official, using AI. So left is my actual likeness from my podcast that they obviously used as their template for their ad. I'll show you a little bit of it. So I'm going to play you just a few seconds of the video so that you can see it for yourself.
Looks stunning.
Thank you.
But come on, tell us, what's your secret?
Okay, but don't go telling everyone, all right? This is my best kept secret.
Deal, I promise.
Honestly, you see, it's not even that complicated. When I was younger, I had a ton of skin issues. I started noticing fine lines in my early 20s and thought, no way.
So to reiterate, they created an AI version of me that looks like me and for the most part talks like me, sitting down for an interview, talking about their product in a paid ad on Instagram. So I sent them a message before I had my attorney send a cease and desist, and they responded they wanted to apologize. It was never their intention to use my image or voice without authorization. They also said that they were not aware that it was a recognized person or with image rights, which does not hold up because in this over 2-minute long video, they used a ton of B-roll video from my skincare videos, my various TikTok and Instagram videos. They had a video of my boyfriend and I in there, so they very much knew that I am a real person. Not to mention that they grabbed my person from my own podcast and used that template to create the AI version of me. Responding to comments on their ad telling people that this was not real, it's deceptive marketing, it's not me. And after we sent the cease and desist, they blocked me. I also reported them to Meta, who said that it does not go against their community standards, which is interesting because it's literally illegal to steal somebody's persona for commercial use. I'm sure that you can imagine how unsettling it is to see yourself saying things that you've never said, sitting in an interview that you've never sat in. Not only is it illegal, but it also dilutes my brand, affects the trust that I've been building with my audience and my community for years on end. And I can only imagine the deeply unsettling and disturbing ways that AI might be used in this way in our future. So I would love to hear, what are your thoughts?
So guys, welcome back. I do feel like I'm gonna start by talking about the first brother who was wearing a vest, right? And he was complaining that AI right now, from how it looks, it's like it's trying to erase people into the future of the world. And he wonders why or how or where are black people being taken in these stories generated by AI. And I felt like I also know, I understand what he's saying, because right now a lot of movies we watch, and you know, they normally say behind a movie that's written about a certain society,
There's some reality to it.
Yeah, and a lot of movies right now when you watch, it's like a lot of white people, a few colored people, and
a few people of color and even less black people.
Even less black people. Right now, the majority of people you see who represent the black community, you would say, are racially
biracials?
ambiguous people and other colored people like brown people, you know. And so you ask yourself, in a society where
Even
melanin
dark-skinned
exists,
black people exist,
and it's loud and clear, you cannot deny it. Why is it that even in their representation in certain industries, it's like they're lacking? It's like there's not enough black people to go around, you know.
Right. And to this, I feel like it's about time for black people to start telling their own stories, and this includes even in entertainment scenes like movies, you know. And I feel like black people need to start growing their industries instead of relying only on white-dominated industries to tell their stories.
I feel like, Maureen, right now, it's not that black industries don't exist. We have BET, we have Taylor Perry, we have Oprah.
But how many of their movies get to our side of the world? Kenya, Africa, and other world.
Finish.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like those industries exist. The question is, are they strong enough to exist as
alongside
a purified black site that tell the genuine black struggles without being adulterated by, you know, white supremacy or their like what you consider their system, you know?
And that is why I'm saying the ones that exist are not strong enough.
That is why I'm saying we need to put more measures so that black stories can be the same as, if not more than, white stories in black communities. Because if we are not watching Western movies, the only other black productions we usually watch are Nigerian movies. But how many black people have access to Nigerian movies and understand Nigerian movies? You get what I'm saying? Right. It's like, don't look into being included, because the brother asked, why do you create a future where black people are not there? And they feel like if that is their creation and they're not including black people, do not wait to be included. It's high time.
Don't ask to be included.
Just
create your own tables.
Yeah, right. And there's another sister also who was talking, because we were looking at the advancement of AI right now, and every day when you wake up, every day is a new thing, something new happens, you know.
Right. And also, guys, for the brother who was wearing cape, right, and shades, he said that AI very soon might even take up movie industries and replace people who are actually working in these industries, you know. And to some extent, I do agree with him. But one thing that I've noticed with AI productions is, no matter how perfect it is, somewhere, somehow, a human being can always tell if it is the AI. Not all human beings, but a human being. And what this made me realize is, no matter how good AI is right now, one thing it can never beat humans is being human.
Right.
It can never learn how to be human.
The emotional intelligence part of it, you know.
Right. Because these movies that the example of these movies that the brother was showing us of AI, it can almost look real if you're not paying attention, but if you pay close attention, you can always notice something in their movement. The unnatural things, they're inhuman, they're not human.
Right.
So that is one thing I do feel like AI is good in other fields, but in being human, it can never beat the human race at being human.
Right. But guys, can you just picture for a moment, you know, how celebrities get their glory is through that attention, through doing a lot of work that people can recognize them by,
and not only doing a lot of work, but getting paid to do that work. Maybe through influencing or recommendations of a certain product,
or even movies, you know. So people like Angelina Jolie during her time, she was well known for acting in a lot of movies, because during her time she was considered the beauty standards. I don't get it,
not only that, but amongst the few people who had a certain set skill,
right,
you know,
right. And right now, you think about people like the Kardashians, you think about, you know, the relevance of these people, how it works is because, like, they're really made, I don't want to use the word pale, but you get what I'm saying. They're invested heavily on to make sure the world knows who they are, and through them they get to influence some of the societal you know, behaviors and whatever. But can you imagine, guys, a situation where AI comes in and takes jobs from these people, you know, kind of like how biracials came in and kind of threatened the existence of black, purely melanated people in the film industry, you know.
And they became the voice of every black
person,
especially monochromatic blacks.
Exactly. So imagine AI doing this very thing to the real celebrities, and then can you imagine the kind of depression somebody, you know, you're used to waking up and fighting with the paparazzi to get to your car.
Not
you're
only
used to that attention.
You're also
you know,
used to waking up and finding an email from a certain brand paying you to represent
some
them.
good money, and now they have AI which they don't really have to pay to do that work, and you know,
they can further on slap your image onto that AI and use it to advertise their product. This is one thing that happened to this influencer,
the lady influencer, yeah?
Right, and she was complaining that a whole interview was conducted of her endorsing a certain product that she even wasn't aware of, and it was her own fans who sent her this, asking her how could she do this, blah blah blah, because she says that her fans, some of them had a problem with that specific brand, right? And we've played you the clip, and we've also watched the clip, and it looks very real, to a point where it even shocks us that she denies she was there. It is believable, in short, right? So guys, this is going to be taking people to a place where, like, for example, me and my sister right now, we're building a brand, right? A brand that we hope that would pay us maybe in future, if we started to venture on into other things, right?
You just hope to use your image and
to get money, right? But what happens when, because of AI, as brands don't even reach out to us, they just take your face and put it onto AI and promote their brands themselves. And when you ask as a certain platform to help you take down the video, they say they can't do that because it doesn't violate their policies. And when you want to take legal measures, you find it a bit difficult to pursue, because like, this is a gray area. It's new for everybody involved.
Yeah, there are not clear laws that, you know, outline what is legal, what is not legal,
what is acceptable, what is not.
You know, and there's one brother who said there that normally when something new is introduced into a society, it's received differently, and in future is how you know how to tackle it and how to make it be of use to the society. But in the early stages where the lines are still a bit gray, not white, there are those people who will have the good intentions to use this certain technology, which they do, and there are a lot of bad people out there who will be using that technology for something different, you know. And then the question becomes, how many people are we gonna be seeing coming out and using AI in such, do you know, even bullying, cyberbullying, somebody can just decide to take your, you know, pictures and create, you know, like adult content with it. How are you going to
protect yourself from that?
Exactly. Your image will already have been ruined, you know. And so that is kind of the challenges that AI is gonna be bringing. But personally, I would say the question to you is, which side of AI are you gonna be embracing, you know?
Which side of AI are you gonna be embracing? So guys, let us know what you think about this episode. Also consider subscribing if you're new to our channel, and we'll see you on our next episode.